My name's Mira, and for the longest time I believed I had the perfect marriage. Zion and I had been together for 7 years. 7 years of promises, laughter, and quiet Sunday mornings that once felt like forever. He worked long hours, always traveling for business. I used to tell myself it was fine. That distance doesn't change love. But what I didn't realize was that loneliness doesn't wait for permission. It creeps in quietly, sits beside you, and whispers things you never thought you'd listen to. It began with something small. A message from across the street. My new neighbor, Eshan, had just moved in. Friendly smile, easy charm, the kind of presence that makes you feel seen. One evening, he helped me fix the garden gate. "Your husband's a lucky man," he said casually, brushing the dust off his hands. I laughed it off, not knowing those words would echo in my head later that night. Scrolling through my phone before bed, I saw a message. "Thanks for the tea today, Mira. You make it better than any cafe." I should have ignored it. I told myself I would, but my fingers betrayed me. "You're welcome, anytime." It felt harmless, until it didn't. Because sometimes danger doesn't arrive with a crash. It seeps in slowly, word by word, message by message, until you no longer remember where the line was. Days passed, and the messages continued. Good mornings, random memes, compliments I shouldn't have liked, but did. He noticed things Zion never did anymore. "You changed your hair," he texted one day. I smiled at the screen longer than I should have. It felt nice, too nice. One rainy evening, the power went out. A soft knock echoed through the house. When I opened the door, Eshan stood there holding a flashlight, his voice low and teasing. "Thought you might need some light." I should have said thank you and shut the door. But I didn't. We sat together with candles flickering between us, shadows dancing across the walls. He told me about his failed engagement, how he no longer believed in love. And I told him things I shouldn't have, about Zion, about the silence in our home that had become louder than words. When his hand brushed mine, I froze. I could have pulled away. I didn't. It was just a touch, but it carried 1,000 unspoken things. Then the lights came back. He smiled softly. "Guess the magic's over," he whispered, and left. But the silence he left behind was louder than any storm. That night, I couldn't sleep. His voice, his eyes, that single touch. They played in my mind like a song I couldn't turn off. And deep down, I knew this wasn't the end. It was the beginning. The next morning, I tried pretending nothing happened. But pretending doesn't erase memory. Every time my phone buzzed, my heart jumped. Every time it wasn't him, disappointment hit harder than I cared to admit. Then one evening, another message appeared. "Movie night at my place. Nothing fancy. Just popcorn and company." I stared at the screen for a full minute. My heart raced. My conscience screamed no, but my fingers typed, "Sure." When I entered his house, the scent of coffee and cologne wrapped around me, warm and familiar. He dimmed the lights, started the movie, and sat close, too close. The screen played, but I couldn't follow a single scene. My heartbeat drowned everything else. His shoulder brushed mine. His hand rested behind me on the couch. "You're nervous," he said softly. "No," I lied. He smiled. The space between us vanished. When our eyes met, the world outside disappeared. His lips touched mine, slow, hesitant, then certain. The room spun. My heart screamed, "Stop!" But my body whispered, "Stay." By the time I left that night, the rain had started again. But I was already drenched, not in water, but in guilt. Days passed like stolen pages from a book I never meant to write. Every glance, every message, every lie, they added weight to a secret I couldn't carry. Until one evening, my phone buzzed. "Zion, on my way home." "Early tonight." My heart dropped. I looked at Ishan, and for the first time, I saw what I'd become, a stranger in my own life. He reached for my hand. "Don't be scared. We'll figure it out." But I couldn't even look at him. I left without a word. That night, Zayon walked in with flowers. He smiled unaware, and I broke. Tears came before words did. He listened quietly and said only one thing. I loved you enough to trust you. I didn't know trust could be a mistake. Then he turned and walked away. No shouting, no anger, just silence. The kind of silence that tells you your life has changed forever. So tell me, if you were in my place, would you have opened that door or left it closed forever?